The greatest challenges facing emerging managers in the industry today:
not having the network that's needed to raise capital.
Allocation of capital.
Founders don't have access to capital.
To find capital.
Challenges raising capital.
Unfortunately, in this environment, those that are going to be able to close a Fund 1, a Fund 2 even, it really truly is, do you have the backing of a strong network that's able to provide the capital that's needed?
One of the really unique things that I think Bahia has built is access to a variety of different pools of capital and an understanding of the key stakeholders in each of those different ecosystems. And so whether you're a founder of a company or a founder of a venture capital firm, she tends to have a good understanding of what your ecosystem looks like and can help you develop a strategy to go after it.
The name of the game is fundraising. And so when we started in the program, we hadn't raised any money. We just had our first close last month at over $11 million. And that came while we're at VCI and because of some of the relationships that we were able to achieve through the program. So that's been immensely helpful.
For me, it's been really important both to be surrounded by other like-minded investors, but also to have the knowledge share from industry titans, from people who have been in our seats before, and frankly, all of the learnings that have come with it.
After going through the module at VC Include, I actually recognized that there were many classes of LPs that would be interested in a platform like mine, which really broadened my horizons in terms of potential fundraising, which I thought was absolutely critical and has been the difference in me getting to my first close.
There's the educational component that, of course, is critical, but also the caliber of the speakers. The speakers here have been amazing.
We're having one-on-one conversations with high caliber leaders in finance, leaders in PE, leaders in VC, having a fireside chat, giving us the real deal, and doing it off the record. That has been incredible.
Having sessions on a weekly basis or more than once a week even, just on different topics around raising a fund and the different things you need to think about as a GP has just been really helpful for me as I'm going through this process, because we're talking about things like, what are those pieces that we all need to put together to form kind of the foundation of our fund? And so I would say information is huge.
First thing is, how do you network?
The networks.
There's a community that I'm starting to build now.
What we're trying to do is really hard, and it takes a village. So I really think we lean on each other. We're running at our own pace very fast, but we also are trying to find ways to help each other out, do certain things, give tidbits, feedback, make introductions. And I think that's the only way we're gonna succeed individually and collectively.
I always, especially because of how I started, I felt like I'm the only one here talking about diversity and inclusion. And so to be able to meet so many people, I've actually felt like there's camaraderie beyond what I could have ever envisioned. And so that was also really helpful, is to just know how many people I can count on, how many people I can build relationships with. And so those education sessions really opened my eyes to things I didn't know.
Sometimes can feel also very lonely. Like if you think that building a startup is difficult and it's lonely, I think even building a VC firm is lonely, and just having the community, the WhatsApp group, exchanging different resources, helping each other, supporting each other, encouraging each other has been amazing.
I do believe really strongly we're building our own system. We're having to, because we're going to spend too much time re-educating the existing system, and so we have to have these connections. We have to build the ecosystem. We have to be reaching across and saying, here's how I did it, here's how you can do it, because then we'll go that much faster. So these kinds of communities are vastly important for that, because as soon as you pull the string, you start to meet more and more, and we have to build it, because we don't have enough time to wait for the current systems to hear us.
You can imagine any private capital, even LP, small LP or family office, imagines how challenging it is to feel sort of alone in the process. The challenges are just so huge that it's nice to have other peers and colleagues that you can sort of rely on and talk to and commiserate with in this experience.
Regardless of where you are in the journey, there's probably something that you can get out of the VC Include program, simply because it gets you a well-rounded perspective of the journey.